So in this video, we're going to look at a couple of the latest offerings from Penn, but in particular, we're going to be looking at these Penn Vantage XT reels. Now these are seriously big pit reels. So let's jump into the video and find out everything you need to know about them. Over the years, we have made plenty of videos with plenty of different products from plenty of different manufacturers. But one thing that stands out time and time again when we do videos on Penn reels is the quality and just how they feel in the hand. Now this can be down to a whole number of different reasons, but I think the main reason that these feel quality products is because of the heritage of Penn and the fact they've been making reels for over 100 years. Now they predominantly make sea fishing reels, but in the last few years we have seen more and more carp fishing reels produced by them. But with that knowledge of sea fishing reels and how hard wearing they need to be, then obviously that's going to translate into their carp reels. Now there are two different sizes of these Vantage XT reels available. I've got the bigger of the two. These are the 8000 model, and to be fair, they are actually quite big when it comes to big pits. They're probably one of the biggest big pits available on the market. But if you like the design of these, but you want a slightly smaller one, then it would be worth looking at the 7000 model, which is obviously the same concept, just on a smaller scale. But even though these are big pits, they're actually quite lightweight and they come in at 582 grams, which might not mean a great deal, but if you compare it to Daiwa's flagship model, which is the Bezier SLD, they come in about 100 grams less overall than what these Penn reels do. But the difference being, the Beziers are over twice the price. So how have Penn actually achieved this? Now these reels are made with an XRC carbon-infused body and rotor, which although they're super lightweight, they still feel really solid and really sturdy in the hand. The gears are all CNC'd, which basically means there is absolutely no room for error. So every single one of these reels that comes out the factory is coming out exactly how it was intended to. The result of that is basically you're getting a super smooth reel, nice and lightweight, but with a massive spool, which is going to hit you distances that you're trying to achieve. By now, we've all heard the term slow oscillation, and these reels really take that term and run with it. These have got something which Penn call X-slow lever line technology. Basically, what that means is from the spool being at the bottom of the reel, going up to the top and back down again, that is 50 wraps of line. Now, obviously, that's not 50 12-foot wraps that you normally do on your wrapping sticks, but that is 50 wraps or 50 rotations of the bail arm, which is a very impressive amount of line. But couple that with the 9+1 ball bearings, it means actually reeling in from these long distances that you're going to be hitting with these reels is as easy as it can possibly be. And because of the slow, or the X-slow lever line technology, not slow oscillation because it's one step further, because of that, you can see on these massive spools, the line lay is excellent. Now I've spooled these up, I think it was with 10-pound line, so it's quite a nice thin diameter, which really shows off just how good this line lay can be. Now it's all well and good saying, yeah, my reels have got excellent line lay and they look nice and neat, but in an actual fishing situation, how does that benefit you? It's when it comes to casting. It makes such a difference if you're doing big long casts all the time. Having as little resistance as possible with the line coming off the reel or coming off the spool really does make the difference and can help you get them extra few yards. It's almost like Penn have taken every aspect of what you need to make the ultimate distance casting reel and put it into one, and that is the Vantage XT. Now I've mentioned these huge spools on a couple of occasions and they are huge. I probably don't need to say it again, but they are massive. And in terms of actually line capacity, these can hold up to about 550 meters of 0.35 line, which is ridiculous in most situations. Most situations I'll come across, I'll probably need 200 meters of line of that diameter. So there are niche applications, which will be boat work. If you're on big reservoirs in France, you're boating out your baits, 300 meters, that sort of thing, there is an application for it. But for the majority of us, we don't need to use that much line. But the handy thing is, Penn include a couple of spool reducers within the box. So that means that you haven't got to worry about using backing line or anything like that. You can reduce it down and then you're only using, say, 250 meters of the line that you're choosing to use. A spare spool is also included in the box, so you can have a couple of different spools if you want to. If you wanted a long distance spool and then a shorter range spool, or you can actually buy individual spools separately as well. So if you wanted multiple spools, so you got one for braid, one for distance, one for mono, one for fluorocarbon, whatever you want to do, you can buy spare spools as well, and they are readily available. Now in terms of pricing, after a quick Google, I found that these 8000s come in at about 215 quid. The 7000, slightly smaller version, come in at about 200 quid. But there's also a Vantage model. Now, again, these are available in 7 and 8000s, and I've got the 7000 here with me today. which, to be honest, there's not a great deal difference, other than the main difference I could find was the fact that it's 7+1 bearings instead of 9+1, but it still feels very, very smooth. And the handle's slightly different, so it's a dark wood handle knob rather than the cutout one with the Penn logo. But these are a slightly cheaper range. They're not the XT, they're just the Vantage, and these come in about 185 quid for the 7,000. Couldn't actually find the 8,000, but yeah, overall, if you want a very slightly cheaper version of these XTs, then you can get the normal Vantage. But I'd say if you're paying that sort of money for a reel, I'll probably go for the top of the range one. They're very nice reels. I've done a lot of casting about. I actually caught a fish as well earlier, and the clutch is super smooth on them for playing fish. They are very nice reels. So if you're looking for a proper distance reel, definitely check out these Penn Vantage XTs or the Penn Vantage, depending what one takes your preference. But for any more information, you can find everything on the Penn website. So for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.